The irony of Inge not being in the plane is I was sitting next to a Venezuelan transvestite with hairy arms than me. It was really difficult to leave her this morning. I flew all the way over from Colombia to Brazil to be with me during this sort of health issue with the heart and stuff, and just to spend some time together because we really needed to do that to work out if we were fit, and I think we're fit. So, now you're back in Colombia when you get hustled over fucking breakfast, man. I mean, first of all, the guy mistaken me for a priest, so I thought by that virtue of that, he would have been at least honest. Then he tried to fucking hustle me over breakfast and charged me like 3 times the cost. I was like, what the fuck? I mean, obviously I've been in this part of the world for quite a long time now, so when something doesn't stack up, I'm like straight into it. Into Spanish, not a problem. Gotta say, this is poetic justice. The great thing is that when he gave me the refund, he actually gave me too much money back. So I actually ended up on the up. Which is, spoken to Inge, she had to fly to Lima, which is Peru, to then get to Quito, which is Ecuador, then to fly to Bogota to Colombia, and then fly back down to southern Colombia. I mean, it's just, you get to go through 4 countries to get back to me. I mean, it's fucking crazy, man. I haven't had any sleep in, I don't know, a day and a half. I feel like my eyes are about to drop out. But this is it. I mean, you couldn't get as far away from Rio and the sort of craziness and hustle and bustle as we're at now. This is really remote. I love this part of Colombia. It's one of my favourite parts of Colombia, the south. Not a lot of people hang out here, and I don't know why, because it's really pretty. But when I'm travelling, I hardly ever eat out. Obviously I'm cooking or eating bread off my dashboard. But and also with Inge and stuff, we were eating out meals twice a day. Not only to smash a shitload of cash, but obviously I just don't enjoy eating out all the time. So I'm looking forward to sort of doing some exercise because I really feel like I need some. Overlanding is not always easy. You see a lot of stuff on the internet where people got their cars in beautiful places and all that sort of shit. And that's great, fantastic. But it's not always that way. Like last night, I had no water. So this morning it's raining. I'm standing outside with my mouth open to try and get some water because I couldn't work out where the water pump is on Inge's car. So it's a lot more comfortable than the combi. Well, the combi was. The combi soon is going to be very comfortable. Maybe not as comfortable as this, but this is a pretty big car. I mean, it's amazing what you can squeeze in a car. Oh yeah, time for morning coffee. All right, that was breakfast. Breakfast was dried noodles this morning. This car is very comfortable. Look at this. This is the downstairs bed, and then up here, this is the upstairs bed. It's great. This is where I slept last night. It's fantastic. It's got a good setup, Inge. Makes me laugh is the dog from the campsite is with us, and there's dogs everywhere. I mean, you go to any other sort of archaeological site, dogs can't come in, let alone dogs pissing and shitting actually on the sort of archaeological ruins. It's quite surreal. Come on, boy, come on. Oh, such a cool dog, this one. Crazy thing about sort of southern Colombia is not a lot of people come down this way. So if you're going to go to Colombia, I highly recommend coming down south. There's so much more to Colombia than Medellin. Everyone gets to Medellin, Santa Marta, everyone thinks Colombia is fucking Medellin and cocaine, and there's so much more to this country. And because hardly anyone does it, it's really well preserved. They've got tombs down there, and in the tombs are the urns still with the ashes in, from the people that were obviously cremated, I don't know how many thousands of years ago. And because so few people go down there, nothing's been pillaged or stolen anything. It's really cool. But if you're coming to Colombia, get down south, get off the Gringo Trail, because this is cool down here. And the people down here are really friendly. I'm not saying Colombians aren't friendly, but the people down here are really friendly. Grande, San Agustin. But yeah, what is? I'm gonna have to go this. It's alright, it tastes like marshmallow. It's whipped raw sugar cane. It's like ice cream, but it's not. This is a very cool city, so I do like it. But we're ready to go. Today we're leaving. We're in front of the police station here. Check this out. They've taken the archeological ruins from where they were and put them in front of the police station. It's outrageous. I guess it's not theft in Colombia for a policeman, right? Inge still hasn't eaten the chicken feet soup. She's been promising me for 3 countries now, Peru, Ecuador, and now Colombia, she can have chicken feet soup. And this could be the day, because I think I've just found the place that serves caldo gallina, which is the soup of the chicken. There we go, let's see how this works out. Unfortunately, much to my disappointment, they don't have chicken feet soup. Whoa. Amazing. Everywhere. I love being in the markets. It's the only way to get a feel for anything. I'm traveling in Inge's car. But check this out. Thanks, 20.2. She's not interested. There's a lot of this stuff around here, and this, as I touched on before, this part of Colombia is very rich in archaeological finds, and most of it's pretty much intact, so it's in really good shape. Tombs, crocodile, that's pretty cool. Beautiful scenery out here. This coffee country, coffee everywhere, coffee, bananas, but this is literally, I mean, Colombia produces, I think, is the biggest producer of coffee in the world. Most of the coffee you buy all around the world has got Colombian beans in it. Coffee in Colombia is definitely some of the best coffee in the world. It's not like, you know, like in Australia where everyone's ordering cafe lattes and shit like that. Here they're more purists, so they're really sort of just, rather than frothing up with shitloads of milk and stuff, they're drinking black coffee and really sort of, I guess, just tasting the pure flavour of the beans. We haven't seen another foreigner today at all, which is great. Happy for that, happy for me, but obviously saddened for other people that they're missing this part, because unfortunately, as I said in a post before, too many gringos, too many foreigners think that Colombia is about, you know, sort of Medellin and cocaine. There's so much more to this country, and it's really sad. It's actually really insulting for the Colombians when the foreigners come over here and, you know, and that's all they're sort of interested in. That whole chapter of the 1980s and 90s and all that Pablo Escobar stuff, it almost ruined this country. I remember when I was a kid, at 10 years old, you know, watching the news with my mother, in 1980s and 83 and stuff, and every day Bogota would be on the news, or Cali be on the news for another bombing. And this country was brought to its knees by Escobar. And unfortunately, you know, when I look at the sort of the Netflix series of Narcos, and that, it sort of romanticizes him almost like a Robin Hood. And the guy's a fucking sociopath. You know, killed 50,000 people. One paid $100 for every policeman that got killed. That was someone's father, someone's brother, someone's son, someone's uncle. You know, he was a real piece of shit. And I hope anyone comes over here, gets past that need to go and score, blow and whatever, and goes and invests some time in the Colombian people, because they really are fantastic. Inge's in her element now. We're just taking a little road to take us to National Park, and this is really cool. I mean, this is off the Gringo Trail here. And these are exactly the sort of roads that Inge loves to drive on. Parque Nacional de Parasi, it's called. I don't really know much about this park, but it's got a couple of massive volcanoes. It goes up at 3,000 meters. So we're almost at 3,000 meters now.